Good evening and welcome to the Union Savings Loan pregame show, brought to you by Union Savings Loan, Carsville's hometown bank since 1892. I'm Nathan Shaw, joined by Lucas Barron and Camden Schoenfield. And what a great night it is for basketball. The Lady Spartans kick off their first night on TV3 as their record is 2-3. The Centerville Bulldogs start the night off here in Carsville as they're 0-3. The Lady Spartans looking good this season. The Centerville Bulldogs are looking solid this season. Lucas, Camden, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the girls' record.
Well, start off with Connersville. Like you said, they're a good 2-3. They picked up a big win against Carlton Ritter at their Invitational and another one against Shenandoah. Their 3 losses come to New Pal, Decatur Central, and Mount Vernon just recently. And in those wins, they played really good, and they played just as good in the losses. They just weren't able to come out with a victory. But, yeah, their record's pretty even, and hopefully they plan to improve on it tonight.
And with Centerville, they're 0-3 coming into this game with their losses to Randolph Southern, Blue River Valley, and Daleville. So they're looking forward to hopefully catching a win tonight.
Yeah, obviously it'd be great to catch your first win of the season, especially being 0-3. It's not the best record to have. It's not what you want to start out on, and it's definitely nice to kind of pick up that first win like I was saying. But for the girls Spartan varsity team, I mean, they're looking solid. They were just at 500.
Oh, yeah.
Not just a couple nights ago, Tuesday night, matter of fact, until that Mount Vernon loss. But here they are now as they're looking ahead to this game and bringing it back to 500 as they're under 500 at 2-3. So they're about, was that 1/3 win percentage or so?
Something around there, yeah.
So the girls varsity team looking solid. And obviously we look at a lot of these players, but we really got to know some things to improve because when you're 2-3, you're having a losing record, and there's room for error. So let's talk a little bit about their mistakes and what they need to clean up.
All right, like as they do things well, such as off-ball defense. But I think a thing they can improve on is their on-ball defense. There's just a lot of just baseline drives from the offense that lead to easy buckets, and that's just something you can't afford. And on the offensive side, they do a great job of ball movement and moving the ball around, finding the open person. But another thing they need to clean up is turnovers. There's just a lot of silly mistakes out there that just cause possessions that when you really need a point, you just can't afford to lose that. But yeah, it's always stuff you can improve on, and hopefully they can learn from that and move on to their next practice in the next game and do just as good.
Yeah, and with Centerville, they have some things to work on. They've not scored a whole lot of points this year, so looking to get that rolling, and they need work rebounds too. They don't have very many of those on the year, so that's some things that Centerville need to work on.
You need to fill the stat sheets a little bit more.
Yeah, they got to, you know there's a story behind stats, and you got to look at it from this standpoint. Obviously, there's a lot more to stats than just the stats itself. There's a lot more to the game than just the stats. And you look at a team like Centerville, and things aren't looking too up for them. I mean, you're 0-3 on the season. Your best score is around 5 points per game or so, and 6 points, which we'll get to that here in a bit. But you look at it, and you need to score. You need a determined score, and that's one of the things Carnersville spreads out their scores. You know, you look at a lot of their scores with Dunaway and Morgan and Schwartz and even Simback off the bench. They all are great scores and all perform well under pressure, and they all match up to average about 20 total. So, I mean, you look at that spreadsheet between those 4, those are your destined scores right there.
And see, that's the great thing about Connersville. If one person's having an off night, there's multiple people in the lineup that can step up and kind of fill that role. So you never really can count anybody on this roster out.
Well, we're looking forward to a great game tonight, and hopefully Centerville steps up and makes it a good game. But like I said, they don't really have that destined score, but I mean, you got to look at the story for this team, for Connersville. I mean, this is the first night of a back-to-back. So, they're going to look to take things a little bit easier. You don't want to get any injuries to happen.
Right.
We already know a couple players are injury-prone between Dunaway. Rubel, I believe, has faced an injury here or there. A lot of these players have faced an injury at some point. And you don't want to reiterate that injury, reignite that injury. You don't want to make it more possible than whenever you're coming off a back-to-back night, and especially playing just Tuesday night. That's a lot of games in just a matter of 6 days.
See, and yeah, that's the adversity you got to face throughout the season. You're going to have those weeks where you're playing 3 games or 4 games, just like you said. Yesterday they had a game, so they'll be back-to-back tonight, and that's just something they got to take care of themselves and kind of just avoid injury and keeping yourself safe.
Yeah, that's a big thing with the Connersville team. Staying out of injuries way. I think they'll have a really good season as long as they keep that up.
And you got to look at it, like you said, they will have a really good season if they keep it up. Matter of injuries. But, let's keep looking ahead to things. The atmosphere is high tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Lady Spartans, again, at the guard position, Sarah Rubel at the other guard, Paige Dunaway at the forward, at Carson Morgan, the other forward spot, Brittany Bottomley, and at the center spot, Abby Schwartz has been putting up great numbers this year, with this being her first year starting center. So we'll talk more about that here soon. Let's take a look at Centerville's lineup. Lily Waters leading the guard position. Gracie Piley at the center. Gabby Duke at the forward. Shaylin Bennett at the other forward spot, and Annabelle Price at the other guard spot. Like I said, no truly destined scorer besides Lily Waters, who is about their highest scoring leader with 6.7 points per game. And really, that's not enough to get you a winning ball game right there if that's your leading scorer. So, we look at these players, we know a lot of these players have great potential. One of them we got to talk about is Paige Dunaway, who has had herself a solid season, averaging 8.8 points per game on the season, along with a couple more stats, 3.6 steals per game as well, which is an incredible number.
Yeah. Currently, it's great because she can make, like you said, leading the team in points per game, but also leading the team in steals per game, so making an impact on both offense and defensive end.
Right, that's a big part of the game is defense. You can't win ball games without defense.
That's right.
Another leader we look at is Carson Morgan. We have a powerful duo spot. It's always nice to have a guard and a forward that can lead this team, and both of them being seniors is a great outlook for this team as well, because it gives you some veteran leadership. And Morgan averaging 8.4 points per game on the season, doing a solid job, and she's great on the glass, 2.5 rebounds per game as well. Morgan's had herself an outstanding season. We saw the other night her and Dunaway against Cardinal Ritter combined for 40, which is quite incredible.
Oh yeah, Carson was not missing that game. She really was able to find her points from the three-point line, going a great percentage actually on the season so far in these first 5 games. She averages 50% from the three-point line, which is outstanding.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's very good, and we hope she keeps it up.
Let's look at another player there, Semback off the bench. No one expected her, with this being her first year on varsity, to average 5.2 points per game. A great spark plug on the bench. And it's incredible to think about that she's doing this just in her sophomore year, and what Coach Harder said is she's a great athlete. And Semback, what a great player. Another player we look at is McKenna Lucas off the bench, averaging 1.8 points per game and 3 rebounds per game, who's had herself a solid season as well.
Yeah, those bench features are really crucial for a good team like this. I mean, you got to have a great starting lineup, of course, but if you can have those players that rotate in like Semback and Lucas, I mean, that's a great compliment to those starters.
Right, and it's good to have Lucas coming off the bench being as aggressive as she is, having average 3.5 rebounds a game. That's amazing for defense.
And like you said, they're so young, only sophomores. They have plenty of room to improve and hopefully transition into that starting lineup as the year goes on in her future seasons.
Yeah, plenty of time to grow and become a better player throughout that time. Another player we look at there is Abby Schwartz, who's had herself a solid season, averaging 8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, a solid scorer and a solid rebounder in her first season as the starting center, which is, such a high-pressure role coming into, especially playing the big. You don't want to come into this role and expect too much, and not many people expect too much whenever this is your first year playing varsity as well. And, your first year playing the starting spot. She played varsity last year. We look at her this season, and she's outdid our expectations.
Yeah, she really has exceeded those expectations, like you said, putting up great numbers for the Spartans and making a great contribution as a first-year varsity contributor like that.
Yeah, that's big. And like I said earlier, the rebounds are huge for this team. The more rebounds, the better.
The more rebounds, the better indeed, as they've had 118 total team rebounds. But let's look more at Centerville. Camden, I'll let you take charge of this.
Yes, last year, Gracie Pyle, as a freshman, had 38 rebounds, which is very good for a freshman. She's coming into this game averaging 2.3 points per game and 4.2 rebounds per game.
And we look at Sarah Rubel as well, another guard who's done a solid job this season, averaging 5.3 points per game and leading the team in assists at 1.8 assists per game. She's done a solid job. She's great at the steal. She's great on the glass. She's an all-around athlete, and she's actually a triathlete as well. She tried out golf for the first time this year with her dad coaching, and is a softball player. So, you know, it's nice to have those triathletes that are varsity in every sport and know how to play about every sport. So,
yeah.
Give them a club, you give them a bat, you give them a ball, they'll do about anything.
Yeah, and at that point guard position, you want to have someone who has a great basketball mind and is able to run the offense and just kind of flow through the rest of your teammates, and Sarah does an outstanding job of that. She's able to find open teammates and score for herself too, and that's really all you can ask for her.
Yeah, Sarah's got great basketball smarts.
Well, you know, we look at this game, and really the outlook is this is a couple nights before tip-off of the boys' regular season opener, so it's going to be a lot of fans here. It's going to be high expectations. The band's here. This is really the first night. Well, football just ended a couple weeks ago. This is the first night that we have been able to get back in the full swing of things. So this being our first TV3 broadcast in almost what's been about a month.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that we're back. The cheerleaders are back. The band is back. The players are back. The opposing teams are back. The fans are back. Everyone's back. And you got to talk about the impact of these fans have had on this team. I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, Connersville is widely known for their support and their fan base. I mean, we were able to fill the bowl night in and night out, and yeah, just we can't thank the fans enough.
Well, as we look ahead to the night, we'll be right back as we hear a couple words from Coach Harder and what she looks forward to on this night and what she's seen in nights past. Good evening. I'm here with Coach Harder, the girls basketball varsity coach. Coach, you guys started out the season 2-3. Just a couple nights ago, you were at 500. You guys were at 50% win percentage. So really, your guys' motive this season, what has it been for you guys?
Well, you know, a big part is just coming out each and every night at practice, looking to improve, learning in practice, learning from each and every game. And the big difference this year is the girls really are starting to understand what it is offensively and defensively that we want to look for. And they're coming out and just being competitive each and every night, which makes them better. So, you know, that's been what we've been looking at doing. We had a tough game against Mount Vernon. The first half, we played a great half, and then the second half, we came out and just kind of stalled a little bit and stopped doing the things that were making us successful.
It seems like the girls are more bought in this year than years past, in a sense, and the record goes to show it as well. But what have you really noticed from the girls this year that's been different than last year or even the year before when you first started coaching?
Well, a big part is the understanding of what it is that I want them to do. Just learning, a new system. I came in late early on, so they're just now getting used to what it is defensively that we want them to do. We've seen our defense improve each and every game. And then also a big part is they're playing with confidence. And, you know, that was one of the big things, trying to get them to come out and be confident on the floor and believing that they can compete with anybody if they come out and believe that. So just that belief and that confidence goes a long way, and you can see that out there with them.
Now, we don't want to look to the future too much, but I mean, you guys have a lot of seniors that used to be your young guns for you guys, kind of playing that huge role. And here in a year, they're going to be moving on from the Connersville Spartan basketball team. So really, with you leading the team, with the team being led by seniors like Carson and Paige and Brittany and Kara, how does it really kind of impact your team to have that veteran leadership there?
Well, it's huge. You look for your seniors to be your leaders out there on the floor, and that's what you want seniors to do, step up there and do the little things to get the younger players where we want them to be, because they've been there, they've been in it. They've been with me for 3 years, so they know what it is that our expectations are. And so just relaying that to the younger kids to continue to carry on and keep that tradition of coming out each and every night, competing, pushing each other, communicating on the floor, and just really the understanding of the game and helping the younger kids.
Yeah, of course. And real quick, one player I want to spotlight with you is Haley Simbach, who's been a huge part off the bench for you guys, averaging around 5 points per game. So can you go ahead and talk about a little bit about has really helped you push her become a better player and help her kind of perform on this team?
Well, Haley's just a great athlete. So, when you're athletic, A lot of times other things come easy for you, but she also listens. She's very coachable. She wants to do the right things out there on the floor. So that, that goes a long way. And just her getting the chance to learn from the seniors. Her and Abby go at it each and every night. So those two pushing each other and just learning from each other with that. But, you always want to have that person that comes off the bench that's a spark for you. And Haley's been doing that. And a lot of our younger kids as well when they come off the bench. So, it's just nice to have a backup center that can come in and give you just a little bit different look than maybe what your starting center does.
Yeah, of course. Always good to look for a huge center like that. Perform well off the boards and perform well in the scoring game as well. Coach, I want to thank you so much and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
As we wish the ladies luck here tonight. Great words there from Coach Harder. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Union Savings and Loan is an old-school community bank founded in Connorsville in 1892 and still locally owned and operated today. Union Savings and Loan offers hometown service with great rates on CDs and deposit accounts and local loan approvals when you need financing. They also have a trust department. And with 2 locations in town, downtown at 730 Central Avenue and uptown at 500 West 30th Street, Union Savings and Loan is truly Connorsville's hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, people you know, neighbors you trust.
We're back as the Lady Spartans look to tip off tonight. We'll be right back after we hear the annual, the pregame, the every game fight song.
And now, as we your Connorsville Lady Spartan. Grade number 3, Kara Snyder. Number 11, Cindy Duncan. Number 14, McKenna Lucas. Number 24, Haley Sitback. Number 33, J.C. Wilhelm. Starting lineup for the Lady Spartans. At forward, a senior, number 23, Brittany Bonaway. At center, a junior, number 35, Abby Wharton. At guard, senior, wearing number 21, Garson Morgan. At guard, senior, number 13, Paige Dunaway. At guard, junior, number 2, Sarah Arulo. Lady Spartans coached by Michelle Carter. This time we ask everyone please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America. Playing our national anthem.
The atmosphere is high. The feelings are high. The hopes are high. Everything is high as we're here tonight. The Spartans look to tip off for the first time, what's been since Tuesday. For the first time on TV3 this season. Like always, I'm Nathan Shaw, Lucas Barron, and Camden Schoenfeld. We're here tonight, joining you live from TV3 as the starting lineup of Dunaway, Schwartz, Bottomley, Morgan, and Rubel take the floor for the Spartans.
Yeah, lots of smiles out there on the floor. Should be a great game between the two teams.
Should be a great game indeed, as both teams like to tip off tonight, and hopefully what's a good outcome and a good scoring game and a good high-intense game.
Okay, Duke wins the tip for Centerville.
As Waters, the guard, takes the ball up against Rubel. Dishes out wide to Piley. Piley's trapped by Dunaway and Schwartz. What could be a jump ball. We'll have a jump ball there as it's Spartans.
That was great help defense by their teammates, able to get 3 people on the ball.
A forced turnover there for the for the Centerville Bulldogs. The Spartans look to take possession with Rubel taking up the court. Seen her get plenty of good minutes this year as Rubel drives, dishes out to Dunaway. Dunaway looking where to go with it. Moves back, hands out to Schwartz. Schwartz on the perimeter, gives it out to Rubel. You watch this team, an already good motion offense, and good on-ball and off-ball movement on defense as Morgan drives. Looks like she'll draw some contact, but she may be fouled.
And she did a great job of puncturing the lane and getting the defense to help on her and puts her at the free throw line now.
Absolutely.
Like I said, that ball movement was one of their strong points, and they've done a great job of moving the ball in that first possession.
Morgan looks for the first 2 points of the night. She sinks her first free throw. There's the first points on the board for the Spartans with just 49 seconds played in the game. Morgan on the second attempt. Makes it. That's good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Piley with the ball. So there'll be a call on the floor. There's a timeout. We're right back after a word from our sponsor. Spartans lead 2-0.
The place to eat in Connorsville is Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Dine inside or carry out at home or where you work. Delivery from Mancino's is always free. The number to call, 825-6155. Choose from a large menu, and there is a special youngsters menu. Choose the house specialty, the Great Spartan Classic. Enjoy the sports atmosphere by viewing all the Spartan sports memorabilia. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Phone number 825-6155. A proud Spartan booster.
We're back as the Spartans lead 2-0 with the first minute played so far in this game. As the backcourt of Rubel and Dunaway. The front court of Morgan and Bottomley. In the center spot of Schwartz look to take the floor yet again after the timeout. Duke loses the ball. Swooped up by Morgan, dish to Dunaway. Dunaway drives up the court. We've seen Dunaway get plenty of good shots up this year as she's been a great scorer for the Spartans with 8.8 inside to Schwartz, and it's turned over.
And I think that was the right read there. It just wasn't, just pass was a little too high for Schwartz to get both of her hands on it, and fortunately it results in a turnover.
So you got to work on your communication there. It just seems like poorly communicated play there. It was stolen by Bottomley, dish to Dunaway all the way in and lays it in. That's good. Spartans lead at 4-0.
And there's that off-ball defense, like I said earlier. Bottomley was in the gap and able to steal the pass mid-air, and it resulted in an easy bucket.
Duke drives, lays it in, no good. Rebounded by the Spartans. Rubel up the court. Drives in, looks to take it all the way. Maybe in a little contact there as it's swatted up. Waters with the ball, the senior for the Bulldogs. Waters looking where to go with it. Gives it to Duke. Duke drives, she looks to post up. No good. Made there. There's the first 2 points of the night by Bennett. That way, dishes out wide to Rubel. Rubel drives yet again. Gives it out to top. to Bottomley. Bottomley looks to drive. She looks for some points. Lays it in and one for Bottomley. Never mind, that will be a travel.
Ooh. Yeah, look, Bottomley had a great drive there.
She did have a great drive.
Picked the ball up just slightly too early. Wasn't able to get 2 steps in.
Yeah. Bennett with the ball. Then gives out wide. Picked up there by Bottomley. Bottomley with 2 steals on the night. Dunaway all the way. Looks for some contact. No good. A little toss on the floor there for the ball. It'll be Centerville ball.
Great job by Rubel trying to get in there and get the rebound.
The Spartans are playing highly aggressive defense right now.
Yeah, Brittany Bottomley already has 2 steals in this first quarter.
Duke with the ball. Gives it out to Waters. Waters inside. Out wide. No good. Way off. There may have been some wind in the air there as Price shot it. Dunaway's able to pick it up. 3 steals on the night for the Spartans as Dunaway goes all the way, coast to coast, lays it in. That's good.
Great defense by Dunaway there.
Great defense by Dunaway.
That's 4 for her already.
Like you said, great defense for her, as well as a great drive. Just a smart take as she nearly picks it up again. Oh, she does. Morgan all the way, dishes it out to Rubel. Rubel back to Dunaway. Dunaway looks for another 2 points. Lays it in. That's good again. Dunaway back-to-back points. That's a 6-0 run for the Spartans.
Dunaway's finding easy buckets on her end of the floor.
Yeah, 6 points for her so far on the night.
And a great look by Rubel. Kind of got caught under the basket. Not much she could do with it, but she found Dunaway in the front wide open for an easy layup.
It's Pliley with the ball. Sophomore.
Looks like a foul is called.
Waters will inbound. Gives it to Pliley. Rubel looking to pick up as Dunaway and Rubel double team, leaving Waters open. Picked up again by Dunaway. Dunaway with 3 steals on the night. Full court pass all the way to Rubel. Rubel lays it in. That's good. 10-2. Spartans lead by 8.
It's more great defense by the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans are just filling the gaps so easily off that press. That full court press is working great for them so far in this first quarter.
It'll be Spartan ball as it's tipped out of bounds by Waters.
Spartans are forcing Centerville into a lot of mistakes.
That's the substitution for the Spartans. Lucas, Dungan, and Semback come out for the Spartans. Rubel with the ball. She stays in the point guard position. Swings out to Morgan. Morgan inside to Semback. Good find. Just poorly communicated there as it's a little too far off.
Yeah, and see, the looks are great. They're finding the open person and passes aren't connecting, which is an easy fix, but just something you got to work on fast.
Duke all the way. She looks like she's trapped, and she gives it to Waters. Out to Price. Waters again, back to Price. Price from deep. No good. Looks like a fight on the floor for the rebound as Morgan is able to pick it up. She gives it inside to Semback. Semback lays it in.
A great job by Morgan, able to pick up the rebound on defense, bring the ball up the floor, and find Semback wide open.
Waters with the ball. Out to Ellie Waters. Waters lays it in, no good. She's fouled, she'll go to the line.
Foul number 14, McKenna Lucas.
Looks like that'll be Spartan's first foul of the night.
Which isn't bad for 4 minutes, 5 minutes played, and that's your first foul of the night. That's not terrible.
Right.
Waters misses her first free throw.
You just don't want to waste the fouls early. You just got to be a little careful.
It's called the charity stripe for a reason.
Yeah.
As Schneider and Bottomley will come back in. Bottomley getting her second run out there for the Spartans. As Morgan and Rubel will step out.
Lady Spartans, number 3, Schneider. And 23,
It's Hartman as well for the Bulldogs. The freshman getting some minutes. As Waters able to sink her second free throw. Bottomley will inbound. Ollie gives it to Dungan. Dungan looking where he goes. He gives it to Bottomley again. Bottomley looks to drive. She loses control of the ball. It'll be Bulldogs ball.
And on that possession, there wasn't a lot of movement through the Spartan offense. You got to get some off-ball movement and get your teammates open, kind of create something for other people.
We've seen plenty of good movement in these last few possessions with the off-ball movement, like you were saying, and being able to swing around and get to the open position. It looks like there'll be another foul called on the floor. Like you said, good off-ball movement for the Spartans on offense. Just there seemed almost like a selfish play in a way, because when you drive it in, you have a couple players open, and you have plenty of options to pass it to. You just got to think smarter. It'll be Spartans' ball.
Looks like the pass just went right through our hands, maybe not expecting the ball at that moment.
Bottomley takes up the court. Duncan with the ball. Duncan looks to drive. They have to improve that movement back once again. Bottomley moving around with it, trying to get someone open, and she does with Duncan. Lucas nearly was wide open for a second, thought about it a little too long. As Duncan drives, spins around, somehow gets the pass off to Bottomley. Bottomley out wide. Schneider for three, no good. Rebound Bottomley. Bottomley puts it back up.
Great
cleanup on the glass.
Great putback. The Spartans have done a great job of kind of driving in, getting the rest of the defense to kind of shift onto the ball and getting other people open.
As there's Hartman. She gives it back to Pliley. Out to L.A. Waters. Back to Hartman. Hartman looks to drive. It looks like they're trapped. Spartan's playing great defense there. She chucks up three, no good. Bottomley, deep pass to Simback. Simback lays it in from deep, no good. That was a deep layup there, in a sense. Almost a floater.
I think there's a little depth perception issue. I think she thought she was just a little closer to the rim than she was, but she got the shot off regardless.
The Spartans are still playing great defense.
Yeah, they really are. They've only given up 3 points in this first quarter.
Now for you to be up by 11 in the first quarter, which has been one of the highest scoring first quarters we've seen from the Spartans offense in a while, especially putting in your bench unit. As Bottomley shoots the three, is blocked. Hartman, the freshman, take up the floor, gives it to Waters. Waters gives it to Pliley. Pliley
nearly stolen.
Back with the ball. She had a wide open person for a second. As Waters drives, looks to go, gives it off with a dish. As they're inside, no good. Picked up there by Simback. Simback looks trapped.
Great rotation by the defense, able to kind of help the ball and recover back to
I thought
their
one
guarding.
thing you didn't talk about out there is the patience by Simback not to just give the ball away and force the pass.
Yeah.
Duncan drives. Simback with the dish. Duncan blocked yet again.
That was a great cut by Duncan, just wasn't able to finish that.
Waters will inbound. Yeah, picked up by Duncan.
Nearly stolen. The foul will be called.
Foul number 11, City Duncan, her first, team's third.
Waters will look to inbound once again. 2 inbounds in the last couple of seconds off of Duncan's fierce defense. As Schneider picks up Hartman. Bennett with the ball. Waters drives, gives it to Pliley. Hartman from deep, shoots it, no good. Rebound Lucas. Out to Bottomley. Bottomley, the senior, the only senior on the court as of now with a bunch of, Schneider out in his court as a senior as well. As Duncan's able to pick up the foul.
A great job trying to drive to the rim. Was able to draw some contact and now get the ball under the basket.
Bottom looks to inbound to Duncan. Duncan shoots the fadeaway. No good. Almost forced the shot there with pressure on the clock. As the first quarter ends here, 14-3, Spartans lead. You see the Spartans play some great offense there, great defense, able to execute on all sides, put in the bench even able to execute on defense, put some pressure on this Centerville Bulldogs team.
Yeah, I think so far, like you said, the key has been defense, because they've been able to get those steals on the full court press, and it results in an easy layup.
Well, great defense and offense there from the Spartans. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
George's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment welcomes you to stop by our Connersville location at 330 East 5th Street. George's is proud to offer you friendly hometown services and the convenience of free delivery. Also, our medical equipment staff is there to help with whatever you need. George's Floral and Gifts has that special something for any occasion: birthdays, weddings, bereavement, or to brighten someone's day. George's Pharmacy. We are here for you. 765-825-6251.
Spartans lead 14-3. We're back sideline, court side, whatever you want to say. We are back as the Spartans look to take a huge lead once again and go on a big run.
Yeah, the Spartans should come out into the second quarter with plenty of confidence, as their starters will check back into the game.
T-shirt sponsor tonight.
The aggressiveness by the defense here, I think, has really changed the game. They've been forcing Centerville into a lot of turnovers, so.
Yeah, they've been forcing a lot of turnovers, with Dunaway having 3 steals and I believe 5 steals total as a team.
It looks like freshman J.C. Wilhelm will check into the game for the Spartans.
She's getting some of her first couple of minutes of the season right now as the freshman. I saw her play in practice a couple weeks ago, and she was one of the outstanding players that I know that really puts some pressure on their offense. As Dunaway's able to pick it up. She drives coast to coast yet again, lays it in. Travel.
Ooh.
Still great aggressive defense by the Spartans, forcing Centerville into a mistake.
Yeah, you just really don't want to let up no matter what the scoreboard says, and they're doing a great job of that so far.
Well, they're putting insanely good pressure on the Centerville defense, on the Centerville offense, as they're able to force nearly another turnover.
Yeah, and like you said about JC, that's a great thing for a freshman to kind of come up and do that. That's just shows great promise in your program.
Rubel putting pressure on Wiley. Waters just inside to Bennett. Bennett looking to get up a shot. Goes out to Waters yet again. Rubel looking to pick it up. The double team picked up there. Wide to Price. Price from deep, no good. She's 0 for 3 on the night from 3. As Morgan's able to pick up the board. Deep pass there. Lays it in. Wilhelm with her first 2 points of the night. There it is, the freshman getting some points, putting some points up on the board. 16-3, Spartans lead.
And Carson's still doing a great job with those defensive rebounds, able to kind of turn that into an offensive possession for them. And once again, he gets them with a fast break layup.
Is able to force yet again another turnover on the night against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that's something I think the Centerville definitely needs to kind of clean up going into, after this quarter, kind of go into halftime, kind of discuss kind of what they see and what they can fix.
Off the inbound, Rubel with the ball, gives out to Dunaway. He's been had some solid outings this week for the Spartans, having 8 points the other night on Tuesday. As there's a turnover there by the Spartan offense. Rubel looks to swoop it up as Waters drive. Looks like another forced turnover there. As Spartans will pick up the ball. Dunaway will look to inbound.
You see another thing with Spartan defense, I think they're getting a little too excited with those steals. I mean, you just saw Morgan kind of go for one, and now it let her matchup kind of just drive easily to the lane. I mean, you want to go for steals, but you don't want to gamble too much.
Dunaway steps back. The logo looks to drive. She'll take it all the way. Lays it in. That's good. What a great find. What a great drive there by Dunaway as she puts the Spartans up by 15.
And that's her 8th point of the game so far.
Way to find her way to the rack. And it's picked up by Rubel. Rubel all the way. Blocked by Waters.
And great job of not giving up on the play, just kind of getting back on defense and is able to get a stop.
Great anticipation there by Waters to pick up the defensive stop. With an outstanding block, matter of fact. Not just any defensive stop. the defensive stop.
That's right.
Rubel with the ball. Out to Dunaway. Dunaway looks to shoot. She doesn't. She takes it in yet again. Nearly laid in, almost. She falls to the floor.
Yeah, looked like a hard fall.
And Ellie Waters with the ball. Gives it to Duke. Duke lays it in. That's good. Duke finds her way to the hole. 18-5 is now the score.
And it just looked like a little bit of miscommunication on the defensive end, but it's nothing they can't fix.
Morgan gives it to Dunaway. Dunaway looks to drive yet again. Gives out to Rubel. Rubel from deep. That's good.
Good shot.
First 3 of the game for the Spartans. Oh, sorry, that's a 2.
That was great movement by the offense there.
Yeah, actually, she just might have been just short of the three-point line.
Yeah, we
she
gotta
gets
talk about
another
how
steal.
deep of a 2 that was. That was as Dunaway takes her 3. That's good. There's the first 3 of the night. 23 as Dunaway has plenty of points on the boards for the Spartan.
Yeah, she's just entered the double digits with 11 points.
11 points on the night. That's incredible within 2 quarters. She's looking for outstanding night. She's able to pick up her 4th steal of the night. She dishes out to Rubel. Rubel lays it in. No good. Rebound Schwartz. Schwartz looks to find herself to the rack. She's able to pick up a foul.
Great job of crashing the boards, able to pick up the offensive rebound and get herself to the free throw line now.
Foul number 20.
Schwartz at the charity stripe.
Team's third. Abby Schwartz at the line, shooting 2.
She'll have 2 there. Schwartz shoots her first. That's drops in for 3 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. As Dunaway comes in, as Dunaway comes out for Bottomley, Morgan out for Dungan, and Lucas in for Wilhelm. Wilhelm able to put up 2 points. Got some solid minutes there defensively and offensively. For a freshman, things are looking up.
They really are.
Schwartz makes her second. There he goes. Lead is by 20 now.
Yeah, and free throws has been another good thing the Spartans have done lately.
As Price looks to drive. Price from deep. That drops in. There she goes. 1 for 4 on the night from 3.
Looked like just a little bit of a miscommunication there on the Lady Spartans defense.
Yeah, Centerville finally trying to find some more spots on the scoreboard as Schwartz will lay in for 2.
There it is, Hartman with the ball after Schwartz made 2. As she gives it to Waters. Waters out to Wiley. Trying to find a shot. There's plenty of time on the clock for them to get shots. It's picked up there. Rubel looks to lay it all the way in, takes it on her own, lays it in through contact, able to find her way through a defender to get the points.
No, on the offensive side for Centerville, I mean, there isn't a great amount of spacing. I mean, there's a lot of just crowding inside the paint, and it's not really getting them much creation for points on offense.
Be a travel against the Centerville Bulldog offense there.
In the lineup for Centerville, number 3, number 1.
As Simback will check in for Schwartz.
Simback has been a spark plug this year for the Spartans offense, as we talked about her pregame, averaging nearly 6 points per game with 5.2 points per game. Doing a solid job this year, having a solid outing as her first year as a varsity player.
Yeah, she really has stepped into that role of that you need a bench player that can just come onto the floor and do that, and she really has stepped into that role.
Duncan drives. Duncan out to Bottomley. Bottomley contested, shoots it, no good. Picked up by Lucas. Forces the pass into traffic.
Looks like another foul on, we'll see in a second. Yeah, another foul on Duncan.
Number 11, Cindy Duncan. Her second.
That's her second foul of the team. Foul on the night. The team's 4th foul on the night.
Yeah, and she's got to be careful having 2 fouls in the first half. And you got to kind of be self-conscious about at this moment.
Waters able to get the pass through traffic. There's another travel there. 2 travels back-to-back for the Centerville Bulldog offense.
The pressure,
inbound.
the pressure by the Lady Spartans defense is causing Centerville to still make a lot of mistakes. They got to keep it up.
Yeah, they have to keep it up indeed. And for them to put this much pressure on a team, and you got to think if they're able to do this night in, night out, man, they will be scared good.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Centerville is kind of trying out a trap defense as they're able to force a turnover and get the ball.
Yeah, Centerville dishing it right back to them, trying to force that pressure on them as well. Put the pressure on them as they're at home. And, you always hear about home team advantage. And right now that's really sticking out to them, and Centerville's trying to disrupt that. It's Waters. Hartman nearly loses the ball. As Duke dishes it back in to Hartman. Hartman from deep, no good, off the front of the rim.
Good offensive rebound by Gabby Duke there. Was able to kind of clean up the boards and draw a foul.
As Morgan will come back in. Her third substitution of the night for Bottomley.
McKenna Lucas will have her second foul, so we'll have 2 Spartans with 2 fouls. Nothing really worrying at this point, but I mean, you're in the second quarter of the game, so you just kind of got to be careful going into the rest of it.
So Price inbounding the ball. Gives it to Duke. Duke shoots it from deep, no good. Picked up by Waters, offensive rebound there. Duke pulls up from deep mid-range. Rebounded by Dungan. Travel against the Spartans.
And Centerville has done a great job this possession of kind of being patient and trying to find what they want, as this has been quite a long possession for them.
Waters out to Duke. Duke drives in. Picked up there by Schneider. Schneider gives it to Morgan. Morgan looks to take it up the court. Morgan drives it in through contact and one for Morgan.
Great move by Morgan, able to find the basket and the foul. Chance at a 3-point play for her. And that's 4 for her on the night.
Averaging 8 points per game this season. Morgan having herself an outstanding season. She's a former transfer from Newcastle, just transferred 2 years ago with 4 points on the night. She's having herself a great game. She makes her free throw, able to connect on the and one opportunity.
Yeah, she really has been a great addition to the Spartan team these last 2 years.
Waters, once again with the ball, gives it to Duke. Piley takes a tumble.
Yeah, I think she just tried to split the defense there and kind of got a little tripped up, and it did result in the foul, so they will get the ball back.
Price, deep pass there, picked up by Schneider. Maybe not the smartest pass, but Schneider likes to put some points on the board. She goes all the way, lays it in, that's good. Schneider with her first 2 points.
Great heads-up defense there by Schneider.
Yeah, she adds to the steals and points for them. Nearly another steal by Duncan.
It's Piley with the ball. Gives it to Ellie Waters. Back to her sister, Lily Waters. Piley shoots it from deep. No good. Picked up by Morgan. Fights her way through the offensive glass. It's too deep of a pass there. She sends it way over the Spartans' offense's head.
Yeah, I think that was just another one of those instances where she wasn't exactly expecting the pass. A great read by Morgan, but just wasn't able to connect.
There's Waters with the ball. Waters forces into traffic as Duncan able to pick up another steal in the night.
Yeah. She's doing a great job defensively of kind of applying pressure.
Morgan looking right on the clock as there's 20 seconds to play in this first half. Send back.
Looks like they're going to look for the last shot here in this half.
Out to Morgan. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Schneider from deep, no good. Shoots it once again, air ball. There it is. That's the end of the first half. The Spartans lead 34-8. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Are you? Reed Health Sports Medicine provides an athletic trainer to the Connersville Spartans through the support of Reed Foundation. Athletic trainers normally are present at most practices and sporting events. They can respond to an injury within seconds, determine the immediate needs of the athlete, and either begin treatment or initiate emergency management within the first few minutes. If your athlete suffers a sports injury, Reed Health's Athletic Training Clinic can provide injury treatment sessions using multiple modalities, rehab protocols, and treatment techniques to ensure your athlete doesn't miss a day without progressing forward. Learn more at reedhealth.com. Service the old-fashioned way. The dependable service you need for your car or truck is always available at Goff's Auto Care and Tire Center in Connersville and Brookville. Experienced mechanics are ready to correct the problem using the best replacement products that will have your vehicle running like new again. Shane Goff is waiting to serve you at 600 Western Avenue in Connersville. Phone 825-2588 and Charlie Goff in Brookville at 9197 State Road 101. 647-2222 is the phone number. Goff Auto Care and Tire Center.
We got to talk about this. What a great first half that has been for the Spartans as they lead by nearly 30. Lucas Camden joining me by my side as well. Like I said, the Spartans up huge, 26 to be exact. What have you guys noticed from this first half?
Well, I really think, obviously, the key to this game has been defense. The Spartans have done a great job of kind of pressuring the ball all the way up the floor. Gotten multiple steals in this game, and almost all of those steals have resulted in a fast break layup. So, I mean, that really does kind of tell the story of the score. I mean, just great defense has turned into great offense, and Centerville hasn't really got exactly what they wanted, but I guess they're going to go into this halftime kind of looking on how they can improve that.
Lucas summed it up very good there. The defense has definitely been the key so far to this game. If the Spartans keep it up, though, this game will definitely stay pretty steady with the score it is right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it, it's been what you hate to see, but it's been a blowout so far. And obviously, there's still 2 quarters to play. There's plenty of points to put up on a comeback, and especially whenever you're down like this, your motivation can't be as high, your energy can't be high. Everything's going to be a little lopsided. So you got to imagine the talk in the locker room. And from you guys' perspective, what do you imagine? What do you say to the players right now if you're the coach?
Well, I think on the Spartan side, I think they would say they're doing a great job on defense, like I said earlier. Another thing that you need to worry about is kind of gambling on defense. They don't want to get too steal happy, because then if they don't get that steal, then it leaves you with a 5-on-4 situation.
Right. I think the Spartans are being told, keep up the good work. And like Lucas said, don't get too happy on the steals. But with Centerville, you got to slow down on offense and not get rushed by the Spartan defense.
Oh, for sure.
Well, before we get right back in to talking more about how this first half has been and what we expect out of the second half, who's not able to join us tonight, manager Brianna Thomas for the Lady Spartans. We had a chance to talk to her today about what she's been through as an athlete and why she decided to manage instead of playing this year. We hear more from Brianna right now. It was 2018 when Brianna Thomas tore her ACL, in which she was least expecting to be one of her last basketball games she would play in her life. Now, Brianna's looking to turn things around and help the team out in other ways.
Freshman year, and for a summer scrimmage, I was running back on the court, and basically I hit a dry spot and twisted my knee, and I tore my ACL, so I had to have surgery on it. After my surgery, I had to go through 3 months of physical therapy, which was kind of hard because I had to do it almost every day. And then even when I would go home, I'd have to go straight to icing my knee and stretching it. It was an everyday thing, so it was kind of exhausting. And then still then I didn't have my full mobility. And even when I thought I did and I got back into track, I retore it. So I don't know, it was a weird process.
Although Brianna found the process to be hard, she found some much needed motivation and is able to motivate others.
After I did it, it was low-key depressing. And I kind of didn't want to get back into sports because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it. So I was kind of scared just to help manage instead of being on the court with them. But realizing it was my senior year, I wanted to kind of be involved. Basically just all the memories that I had with the team and stuff, and I just kind of missed it, so I wanted to be a part of it again. The rehabilitation process is a really long process, and throughout the whole thing, you're gonna get discouraged because you don't think you're gonna come back to your full mobility. So many times, often you'll want to give up and stop. But I'd say just to keep going because you'll regret stopping.
What a great story we hear there from Brianna. And, you know, you really look at it, and you'd hate to tear your ACL. And it's just one of the most feared injuries of all. You see a lot of pro athletes go through it, and a lot of them aren't able to come back to full ability. Some come back to 110%, some come back to 50%, some come back to 60%, and so on. So we really look at it, and, you know, it's great what she's doing and how she's able to come back and be able to manage through what could be a tough emotional time for her, as she wishes she could be playing. And here she is managing now, and she wants to make those memories of the team that she wished she could have made the past 3 years. And we thank you, Brianna, for managing, and we hope the best for you in your future. But let's get more into how these Lady Spartans have been playing, and we really look at it, and wow.
Yeah.
The pressure.
That's a really great thing the Spartans have been doing. Like I said earlier, their strong points have been off-ball defense, and I actually did point out their on-ball defense was a weak point, but it really seems like it isn't now, because they're doing a great job of pressuring the ball up the court and forcing easy turnovers. And yeah, like I said, they really kind of turned that from a weak point into one of their top strong points in this game. It's led them to a 20-plus point lead going into halftime.
Right, and I think without the pressure on the defense, I think this game could be a lot closer and maybe even a different story than what we're having now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like a lot of people say, defense can change a lot of things. I mean, they've really kind of used that to their advantage now, because it has gotten them a comfortable lead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've really built a cushion here as they're just fluffing up the pillow at this point, just kind of putting the last-minute touches on and cleaning up the bedroom and getting this game solidified. So
yeah,
we look at it, and the Spartans, like you said, applying great defensive pressure, great offensive pressure, really putting the stakes, really playing. This is sexual energy right here. They're playing like this game is on the line, and they look at it in the sense it is on the line. This is what's going to define whether or not they end up as a 500 team heading into tomorrow's night on the back-to-back, which tomorrow I believe is away, which is not fun. You don't want to be up until 9:30 tonight at home and then going back tomorrow to being away. So.
But yeah, I think a key thing for this is they want to build off of this. I mean, having this great of a defensive performance, you want to continue that into the year and not just say, hey, that was a great job, let's kind of not do that. But yeah, it's just something you got to kind of carry into the rest of your season if you want to have a successful team and have a shot at a sectional title and even farther.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the Spartans look to take back the floor, as we'll have the same starting five as Schwartz, Dunaway, Rubel, Morgan, and Bottomley. The starting five will take the court once again. Great execution out on offense. Right back as we hear a word from our sponsor.
Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, gives you the very best deals in tires. Don's has all major brands available in stock and in all price ranges. You can rely on Don's Auto Sales and Tires, in business for over 40 years. And Don's Auto Sales has a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Available from Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, Connorsville. The phone number is 825-7730.
Not long before we head into the second half here in the Spartan Bowl. And you look at the Spartan Bowl, has been such a huge part of tradition and history in Indiana, actually being able to be honored as the top bowl, as the top high school gym in Indiana.
Oh yeah,
earlier this fall, I believe.
It really is a great honor, because I mean, we're not a huge town. We don't have a lot of kids at our school. We are a 3A basketball school, but to have the honor of having the best gym in Indiana, that just shows you how much of a great fan base, the students, the parents, the teachers, the coaches, everyone that contributes to this great atmosphere that we have. We can't thank everyone enough, because it wouldn't be the same without this kind of atmosphere.
Oh yeah, I think the bowl is almost a trademark of Connorsville. It definitely replicates the city very well.
It really does.
Yeah, I believe whenever I think Connorsville, I think the Spartan Bowl, and I feel like as any fan would, that's what you would think, and not even for just sports fans, for just Connorsville fanatics and Connorsville hometown-based people that have lived here all their life, or even people that moved away from Connorsville. They moved to Florida for retirement home, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They think of Connorsville as the Spartan, when you think Connersville, you think the Spartan Bowl, and it's got to be such an honor to play here.
Oh, yeah.
But, enough about the bowl, more about this game as we are heading in to what is the second half of the game. The Spartans lead 34-8, 26-point lead. Wow. It's hard to believe that you allow 8 points in the first half, one, and two, to put up 34 points in the first half as a team that's not known for being a high-scoring team is incredible as well. So.
And, I would assume Centerville is going to kind of come into the second half and try to change the narrative of the game and kind of put themselves in a position where they can come back. But I think on the other end, the Spartans are just kind of trying to keep their foot on the gas and just not let up for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. Dunaway will inbound it to Rubel. Rubel will take it up the court as the second half starts now. Rubel out to Dunaway. Dunaway looks to drive out to Bottomley. Bottomley contested, looks for a shot, doesn't get it off. Gives it to Morgan. Morgan from deep, no good off the front of the rim. Picked up by Schwartz. Schwartz lays it in, also no good. Picked up there by Duke. Duke will take it all the way, coast to coast. Out to Pliley. Pliley shoots no good off the backside of the rim. Dunaway takes a hard fall.
I believe that was Morgan's first attempt of the night from the three-point line. Not usual for her. She's usually able to find more,
letting off threes like nothing out there.
There's still plenty of time in this game to get her some more attempts.
Dunaway able to pick up another great steal. She takes it coast to coast yet again, able to pick up the foul. Instead, it will be a travel against Dunaway.
I think she was a little concerned about that call. It looked all right from here, but the ref sees a lot different than we do.
Yeah, obviously they have the license, we do not. So
right.
There's only so many calls we can say we can make, but in reality, we cannot make as many as they can.
Yeah.
As Duke shoots a deep mid-range, as Bennett's able to pick it up and not to get it go through as Morgan with the block. Morgan takes up the court out to Rubel. Rubel had himself an opening for a second. Dunaway, back to Rubel. Morgan out to Dunaway. Dunaway contested, shoots it, no good. Off the backside of the rim yet again. Spartans miss from three-point land.
And I think Rubel's doing a great job on offense of trying to stay patient and kind of try to see what the post can do. See if there's anyone open down there that she can feed.
Dunaway looking fierce on defense. She nearly picks up another steal. There's a travel against the Bulldog offense.
The pressure by the defense is still strong here in the second half. That's great for the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, it's unusual you see strong defense step in both halves, especially whenever you have halftime going on. It'd be different if you only have like a 2-minute halftime, but
that is
having a lot of time, you don't expect that minute off. As Morgan goes to the reverse layup, that's her go-to move there.
Great move.
Yeah, that was a great read by Bottomley too.
Yeah, great find by Bottomley, like Camden said.
Yeah, like you said, the consistency of the Spartan team so far does seem like it's doing
Dunaway all the way,
great.
Lays it in. There we go. Another 2 points on the board, 38-8.
That's 13 for her on the night.
That pressure by the defense, it's really good right now. They got to keep it up.
Bottomley with the steal. Dunaway picks it up. Morgan out wide. Rubel from deep mid-range makes it. There we go. All shots are firing right now from inside and outside. There we go.
And another great find by Morgan.
Waters out to Pliley. Pliley bounce pass back to Waters. Be a forced turnover there. Spartans ball.
Good job by Schwartz getting her hands on the ball.
As Hartman and Waters step in.
Spartans are playing very smart basketball right now. They're finding the right reads and they're making the smart plays on offense.
They really are. They're doing a great job of staying patient, not forcing bad shots, and finding anyone who's open.
Rubel loses control of it. Morgan able to pick it up. Luckily, she forces the pass inside. No good on the attempt to pass it off to Schwartz. There's Ellie Waters. Duke from deep mid-range, able to sink it through contest. Dunaway deep pass to Bottomley. Bottomley almost looked like she was hesitant to shoot there. She's able to force the pass out wide. Rubel inside to Schwartz. Schwartz loses control. Picked back up by Dunaway. Great effort to not give up on offense.
Yeah, good job saving the play by Dunaway right there. Guy able to the ball nearly stolen, but she's able to rip the ball out of their defender's hands and kind of keep the possession alive for them.
Stanley will inbound to Morgan. Morgan left wide open from deep, no good, off the side of the rim. Bottomley looks to post up, no good, off the back of the backboard.
Great rebound by Bottomley there.
Yeah, great rebound, great cleanup, just not able to finish.
It looks like there would be a call on the floor.
Yeah, foul on Schwartz, I believe.
Yep.
Number 35, Abigail Schwartz, her first.
That's her. That'll be her first foul. She'll come out of the game along with Morgan, as Lucas and Senbach will sub into the lineup.
Dunaway takes a hard fall on the floor, trying to apply that pressure yet again. As Waters shoots the mid-range shot, no good.
Looks like the ball was tipped.
As we Dunaway inbounding the ball off a forced turnover there against the Lady Bulldogs. Bottomley out to Dunaway. Dunaway out to Lucas. Lucas inside. Dunaway had a wide open shot there for a second. Instead decides to be selfless. Gives it to Bottomley. Bottomley no good. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas off the cleanup.
Great putback by her.
The movement on offense there was very good by Lady Spartans.
Oh, yeah.
It's Piley looking to find a pass. She's double teamed there. Nearly forced out of bounds. As Bennett drives, picked up yet again by Dunaway, but instead it would be a forced turnover.
Defense still very strong by the Lady Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans did a great job getting on the floor, trying to get the jump ball call.
Waters will inbound. She gives it to Duke. Duke drives. Duke dishes. Waters with the ball, forces the turnover. Dunaway able to swoop it up after nearly stepping out of bounds with it. Dunaway looks to slow down the game. 3:25 to play in this third quarter.
Looks like she was tempted to make that full court pass, but decided not to.
Post up, dishes out wide to Dunaway. Dunaway drives in, dishes inside to Senbach. Senbach able to lay it in and get some contact.
Yeah.
And one.
It was a great find there.
Yeah, great job by Senbach of finding the contact, kind of leaning into the defender and getting the and one call.
Senbach looks to convert on the and one opportunity. She shoots it. She scores it. There we go. The lead, 36 for the Spartans. Out to Waters. Waters shoots from wide open. That is not Water.
Yeah, just barely off the mark. Didn't get contact on the rim, so it will be Spartan's ball, as Sydney Duncan will come in for Sarah Rubel and Brittany Bottomley will be subbed out for J.C. Wilhelm.
Plenty of minutes here to the backup pieces.
Yeah, the freshman getting plenty of minutes out here in this big lead.
The pass inside to Lucas. Lucas gives it out to Dunaway. Lucas back with it. Wilhelm inside to Senbach. Senbach looks to post up at the center spot. Dunaway shoots from deep. No good.
Just off.
Rebound Lucas. Good cleanup on the offensive glass. The Spartan ball yet again. The Spartans look to take control on offense.
Yeah, a lot of collisions gone down there under the rim. Not much room to kind of collect yourself and make a good pass.
Dunaway inbounds.
Oh my.
Pass off the back. Lays it in. What a trick.
Goodness.
Wow.
That was a great read by Dunaway.
Not able to find an open player for the Spartans offense, and just passes off the back and decides, I'll take it myself. You see the smiles on the bench off that one. Trick play there.
I actually haven't never seen that one pulled off in a game.
There's Dunaway off the steal. Duncan inside, looks to lay it in, lays it in. There we go. The lead up by 39. Wow.
The pressure on defense, they're just not taking their foot off the gas.
Yeah, the Spartans are just shy of 50 points going with a minute and a half left in this quarter.
There you go, Lucas with the board. Lucas looks to take it coast to coast. She drives. She's fouled.
Yeah, great job of Lucas by kind of getting that rebound and going coast to coast and drawing the foul, put her on the free throw line.
Absolutely.
This could be the Spartans' biggest win.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a couple of years for the Lady Spartans.
Yikes.
Nearly 50 points, or nearly 40 points against the guest team, against the Bulldogs here in this third quarter.
Yeah, you can really see everyone on this lineup is acting very aggressive.
Lucas at the charity stripe. She looks to shoot. She sinks it. So far, perfect from the free throw line.
Yeah, the Spartans have done an amazing job from the free throw line. And those are the
Dunaway steps out. You got to wonder if it's because of that trick play.
I don't know.
I highly
Coaching
doubt
staff,
it.
yeah, coaching staff seem to kind of have some smiles on their face from
I
that
highly
one.
doubt it, yeah.
As long as it works, I mean, there's not much you can complain about.
Spartans in their perfect scoring streak from the free throw line as they ruined their percentage there as they missed the first free throw on the night from Lucas. 40-point lead now for the Spartans. The clock will run. Price to Waters. Looks like Waters, we fouled.
It looked like she might have just lost the ball, but a foul was called. I mean, that's another one of those close calls that you can't really tell. You just got to make the call in the moment.
Absolutely.
Waters will be at the line.
Waters shoots no good on her free throw there. Waters looks to make the second. There we go, sinks it. There's Schneider with the ball, the senior for the Spartans. Matter of fact, the only senior out there on the court. She's leading this young gun squad out here.
She really is. She seems to be doing a good job of that as well.
They have, it's crazy to think just what was 2 years ago, a year ago, I was talking about the Spartans on air and saying they were what was a young team that showed much promise in years to come, and here they are showing that promise has came true. As Duncan able to sink it yet again.
A great one dribble pull-up by her, able to get the defense off their feet and find the open lane.
There's Waters with the ball.
Good
Hartman
recovery on
drives,
defense.
lays it in. Ooh, another foul against the Spartans. But yeah, back to what I was saying, it's crazy to think that what was just a few years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, I was saying how much promise they showed as being such a young team. They're going to get plenty of varsity experience.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have time to step into that role, and here they are, their senior year, and their new young players are showing a lot of promise as well. I mean, you have Simback, Lucas, Wilhelm, a freshman, and two sophomores getting plenty of playing time that are stepping into a huge role.
Oh, yeah, and they're just going to continue to have that experience with them as they grow up and kind of develop as they get into that older and leader position.
And plenty of seniors for the Spartan squad, as you have Dunaway, Schneider, Bottomley, Morgan, all leading the way. And, I mean, that's 4 seniors right there, and who've all been playing tremendous this season. And as Dungan shoots the three, no good. And the Spartans showing much promise this game as they're up by 39 right back from the short break.
Whitewater Eye Center Connorsville provides vision care for every member of your family. This includes treatment for eye diseases and injuries, just one of its many services. Services that include glasses and contacts, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and a large selection of eyewear. Complete vision care for every member of your family. Yours at Eye Center of Connorsville. Scheduling an appointment for a complete eye exam is as easy as calling 825-6000. Whitewater Eye Center Connorsville, located at 2045 Virginia Avenue. Your vision is our focus.
The Spartans like to continue this hot streak from everywhere around the court. I mean, they're hitting from all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
They like to continue their hot streak heading here in the fourth and final quarter of the game. So look at the Bulldogs, who are not on the right side of the scoreboard right now. As you got to think, you got to keep your hopes high. You got to head into the next game and take this as a learning lesson.
Yeah. Well, we see Paige Dunaway currently leading the Spartan scorers with 15 points, actually scoring more than the whole Centerville team does at the moment.
Yeah, and it's great to watch the Lady Spartans bench, playing so good. It shows how really deep this team can really be.
Yeah, and it really shows the potential for the rest of the season. I mean, if we continue to have performances like that, there's really high hopes for the squad.
Oh, yeah.
Depth and defense wins championships.
Oh, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Duncan will inbound it. Schneider with the ball. Drives up the court, gives it to Duncan. Duncan takes it around the perimeter. Duncan looks to drive, takes it all the way, no good. Off the side of the rim as Lucas puts it back up. Duncan fighting on the offensive glass there. Ooh.
Yeah, Duncan is showing a great job of confidence right now, able to kind of be aggressive and kind of try to drive to the lane herself. But that will be her 4th foul, so she does have to be extremely careful going into the last 7.5 minutes of this game.
Absolutely.
Out to Price. Price back to Duke. Duke looks to take it all the way through contact. No good. Rebound Simback. Simback with the patience on the glass to be able to dish it out to Schneider. Inside to Lucas. Lucas left wide open there for a second. Looks like she's able to draw some contact. She gets to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that was a great find by Duncan, able to find Lucas wide open under the basket.
Yeah, good heads-up basketball there.
Yeah.
As we know, Lucas 1 for 2 from the free throw line on the night. Looks to improve that to hopefully 3 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
She shoots her first, sinks it. There we go. 2 for 3 on the night now, beating her scoring average by 0.2. As Lucas on the second attempt, her 4th of the night, no good. 2 for 4, 50% shooting from the free throw line. That's just a forced pass there over the heads of Price as Duncan looks to take it up the court. Simback drives, Simback shoots, Simback lays it in. Simback on the sequence, does it on her own.
Actually, it looked like J.C. Wilhelm that took that score.
Yeah, Wilhelm just being a freshman, that was a beautiful drive.
And it just shows her confidence, not scared of having that kind of freshman role, able to kind of take the ball and score on her own.
There's Wilhelm yet again. Just inside the Lucas. Wilhelm performing well in the last 2 plays.
Yeah,
along the last 2 possessions offensively.
Yeah, the squad has done a great job of kind of finding the ball inside and scoring from short range.
Hartman. Another forced turnover there against the Spartans. Wilhelm able to pick it up. Wilhelm takes it coast to coast all the way, lays it in. There we go. Wilhelm with 6 points on the night. The freshman putting up some numbers.
It's amazing.
Yeah, she has done a great contribution so far.
What is a 46-point lead now? It's Duke with the ball. It'll be Centerville Bulldogs ball now. What nearly was a forced turnover as Schwartz, Pliley, and Woodruff come in for the Centerville Bulldogs.
And Simback will head to the bench.
And for ladies Spartan 35, Abby Schwartz.
There's Pliley. She shoots the pull-up, no good.
It looks like there was a little miscommunication on that out-of-bounds play by the defense.
Woodruff from deep looks to get herself a bucket. It's her first minutes of the game. Duncan nearly trips over herself. As Wilhelm pulls up from mid, shoots it, makes it. There we go. Wilhelm with 8 points.
And you got to think that coaching staff is thrilled to see her performance right now. Just having her for 3 more years after this just shows great promise for them.
Out to Price. Wilhelm forces the shot up from Price as it's picked up by Schneider. Schneider takes up the court. It looks like the starters may rest the rest of the night. The Spartans besides Schwartz. As Duncan drives, hop steps. She's fouled. She'll go to the charity stripe. Spartans performing well right now.
Yeah, this squad has done a great job of kind of creating for themselves and driving into the lane, drawing fouls. We'll see Duncan go to the line now for 2.
It's Duncan. On her first free throw attempt, no good. Shucks to sink her second. Makes her second. There we go. Duncan with some points on the board.
Spartans up by nearly 50 with 4.5 minutes left to go in the game.
As Pliley posts up, Schwartz nearly makes it. Wow, that was insane. As Wilhelm, it'd be Bulldogs ball as Wilhelm looked to force the turnover there.
And that was great interior defense by Abby Schwartz, something she's been very good at this season.
Yeah, she's been great defensively and offensively, we've seen, so for her to be able to execute that on the floor right now as Duncan takes it coast to coast, lays it in, no good. Looks like it may be tipped there, a little bit of contact as Schwartz posts up. After Lucas, Wilhelm nearly loses the ball herself. Lucas looking where to go with it. Out to Duncan. Duncan looks like take another drive. Lays in, there we go. Duncan through contact. They're scoring from all cylinders, my goodness.
Yeah, once again, she has done an outstanding job this quarter of kind of creating for herself and getting to the lane, and it really has been positive for her.
It's great to see this Spartan offense and defense still clicking on all cylinders.
Waters wide open. Looks like there'll be a foul there as Waters will go to the line. As Duncan looked to have a little altercation in the backcourt. She may have been smacked in the back of the face.
Yeah, and besides from the offensive production she's done a great job defensively of kind of applying pressure and just staying aggressive, and that's something you really want on the defensive end.
Waters gets the free throw. Sinback will step in to Lucas. Waters on her second free throw attempt of this possession. Sinks it.
We're bringing a sub.
So there's a sub. Ogden for the Bulldogs. She'll get some varsity minutes as she's listed on their JV roster.
And it seems like the good time to kind of get your JV some varsity opportunities right now.
Absolutely.
Schwartz, backcourt violation there against the Spartans. Ogden will inbound. Waters. Out to Pliley. Pliley steps back. Looks to give it away. She forces into traffic. It'll be Bulldogs ball yet again as it's tipped there by Wilhelm.
Yeah, great job of getting in her gap and kind of deflecting the ball.
There's Waters. She gives it out to Woodruff. This is out wide to Price. Price shoots from deep, no good. A little draft there. Wilhelm will take it up the court. Wilhelm. Schneider now with the ball. Nearly picked off there by Waters. As Duncan shoots the pull-up, no good. Just rattles in and out. As Wilhelm forces her way through traffic. Sinback's able to pick it up. Duncan yet again looking to drive. Shoots the floater. Nearly makes it.
Duncan showing a lot of confidence in her abilities right now, taking it to the lane with ease multiple times in this quarter.
Yeah, she really has shown a lot of confidence. And she's been, like you said, take it to the lane, no problem. And being able to drive it to the hole is out to Schneider. Schneider looks to drive it as well. Schwartz posts up. Little hook there.
And
she'll
one.
sink it and one. Let's go.
Great display of strength. She was able to kind of power through the defender and get the ball in the basket with the foul as she has a chance for a three-point play now. As the team will now enter the bonus.
Schwartz on her free throw attempt doesn't convert on the end one.
Good rebound by Senback.
Wilhelm looks to drive yet again. Selfless play there. She dishes out wide. As Schneider, minute 22 to play in this fourth quarter. Duncan pulls up from mid. The Bulldogs ball. Little over a minute to play in this fourth and final quarter of the game.
Yeah, and I cannot anticipate a comeback now.
Yeah, I'd say a comeback as far out the door as the Spartans are able to match their scoring performance against Cardinal Ritter, but even bigger win as the Cardinal Ritter game was a 28-point victory, but here we have a 60 or a 51-point victory. as they have 66 points on the board. Forces the pass out of bounds. Spartans ball yet again.
Still just the Spartan defense forcing Centerville to make throws and mistakes that they don't want to make.
Yeah, this game really has been a power statement for the Lady Spartans going into the rest of their season early here.
Wilhelm gives it a send back. 20 on the clock. Schneider drives, steps in, lays it, no good. Rebound, Bulldogs. 13, 12, 10. Wiley pulls up from deep, sinks it. Wow.
Good shot from deep.
2-1. They run out the clock. That's the ball game. Spartans win 66-18. What a tremendous statement victory.
Oh yeah, this is a great kind of redemption game from their last game against Mount Vernon, able to give themselves a lot of confidence now with a huge victory for them, putting them at an even 3-3 record now.
Yeah, I think this would be a big confidence booster going into tomorrow's game.
And you could tell they put all effort in here. They put all effort in, and we see the 66-18 score. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
You will find the answer to your every flooring need at Foles Flooring at 301 Beach Street in Connorsville. Yes, Foles Flooring has a large selection of carpet and tile, also vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, and hardwoods. You will receive a free estimate on your choice of flooring plus expert installation. Their friendly staff will help you through the entire process. Foles Flooring also provides bathroom upgrades, remodeling, and custom shower systems at 301 Beach Street, Connorsville. 765-692-0800 is the phone number. It's events like this game that make our community such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans. Good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC. Urban Winkler Funeral Home in Connorsville and Liberty is a family-owned funeral home. Urban Winkler Funeral Home considers it an honor to be selected to care for a family member at the time of a passing. The friendly staff at Urban Winkler Funeral Home pledges to care for all your family needs to the best of their ability. 2 locations to serve you: in Connorsville at 513 West 8th Street and in Liberty at 310 North Main Street. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connorsville Spartan Sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Gina Hartman, Devin Hornsby, and Gary Reebsummer, for your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at a price you can afford. Wilson Lawson Myers are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Wilson Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency. That is Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency at 521 Central Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 825-5111.
What a tremendous statement there from the Spartans tonight. We'll see you next Wednesday, November 24th on Thanksgiving Eve for the boys basketball home game classic against Union County Patriots. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to TV3. Thank you for watching.